It's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my staffer, co-host, studio audience, and the virtuals at home. How you doing? We got a good show. I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Today's show is being dedicated to David Perler. David. When I tell you that you have set up a great hour, David stays here after I go home. He's my showrunner. And anyway, yeah, you know. Tiny, oh, you're welcome. Thank you, David. Tiny and T.I., gotcha. Devyn Simone's gonna be out here, yes. Look, we wrangled the best of the best information about this story. I know you've been waiting for me to talk about it, but can't slip the tongue until we know more. And now, okay. Plus, Saturday is World Lymphedema Day. And, you know, I have lymphedema. Rambo, I would love a juicy, delicious close-up. Yes, come on. No, down here, Do you see my feet? Do you see how they barely fit in my shoes even, right? I have lymphedema. I've had it now for a few years. And I've got, do you know Cam Ayala? He was on The Bachelor, Hannah Brown season. Ooh. Cam has had it since he was 11. And he has it in the same location as me. I wonder if he has the bendies in his feet. Mine are discolored, they're hardened. I can't wear boots. Some people, I can't believe, like in our comment section, Norman, people still say, why does she walk like that?
Yeah.
Well, if you see me in the airport, you'll be like, is that Wendy in a wheelchair? Yup. I can't even walk 2 city blocks. You know, you got the numbness and whatnot, it's not curable. But anyway, Cam's gonna come out here and show you his story, or tell you his story. And we just wanna raise awareness for something that very few people know about. And there's only like 10,000 of us in our country afflicted, including Kathy Bates. She's got it up here, you know. And anyway, and you know, when I do go out with Mike, and that's gonna be happening, just follow me on the gram. When I do go out with Mike, I decided I will send you a picture of us, as you know, sitting romantical. But here's my thing about the lymphedema. I just want to wait until he really likes me before I show him, you know, the rest of the story. Because I don't wear socks in the house, and I don't sleep with socks. You know, but he needs to understand if he rubs up against my feet, they're not tender, they don't hurt, but they're rough, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a manageable disease. It's not curable. Lymphedema. Mike called last night, though. I was doing my homework for the show. I had to bang on him because Evelyn and them, you know, basketball wives. Mike, I gotta call you back. Look, so Basketball Wives was on last night and I was there for it. Lammy's ex, Liza, is having trouble co-parenting with him. And so she talked about it last night. Now, their kids are adults, a 19-year-old and a 23-year-old. And so Shaunie and Evelyn, you know, sat with her and tried to explain and basically telling her, take a step back, take a look.
I feel like your kids are old enough to be able to express themselves, talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to just pull back. Your communication with Lamar needs to be just out your life.
I understand what Evelyn's saying, but I'm still trying to co-parent.
You're sacrificing so much to make this
have.
relationship with him and the kids okay, and you can only do so much.
You're probably right. I just don't know how to, like, not be that protector. I grew up in a household where my parents couldn't get along, Lamar's parents as well. So I'm trying to break that cycle.
I understand, but it seems like she's grasping at something that, you know, it's been over for years, Liza. I agree with the ladies. You are young enough now to build a life for yourself. She seems like the type of single mother that probably didn't even date while she was raising the kids. You know, she was so concerned about, you know, Lamar and whether child support was gonna come in, and then working the job that she worked, whatever her career is or job, and making sure the kids are good and making sure that Lamar is good and probably hoping that they'd get back together or something like that. This trip is really good for her. I really do enjoy Basketball Wives more than I thought that I would. I'll be very, very honest with you. I enjoy this more, which is why I hung up on a future boyfriend for you girls. Anyway, Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. But you know what? Leave it up to the kids, Liza. Like they said, leave it up to the kids. They're old enough now to call an Uber. They're old enough now to say what they feel about their father, and not because you're quizzing them. Like, leave the kids out of it. You know, when you're not together and you're trying to co-parent, I just find, and even in my own personal life, I'm just like, I don't want to know. That was always my stance. I never got into the, oh, let's try to figure it out and co-parent together. No. And I don't quiz my son about his father, and I don't ask for information. And if he talks about it, it's always something like where I don't come back with more questions, because you know I'm nosy. You know, but just let them do their thing. You know, the kids are grown. And Cam is single, and he lives in Houston, and he's ready to have a wife and babies like now. I know, he's 33, but he's ready. Yeah. Sometimes when you're afflicted with things, it makes you, you know, yeah, woo, 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 uh-huh. All right, so back to the action, look. Paris and Nicki Hilton are really upset that their mom is joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Well, her name is Kathy Hilton, and she's gonna be the newest cast member. Well, she fits in with all the girls. She's got two sisters already, you know, there. And yep, she's got two sisters there. But listen, here's how they feel.
I'm not knocking the show. I love the show. I am a huge fan. I find it highly entertaining. I love all the girls, Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane. I think they're great. But if someone were to ask me, do you want your mother being on it? No. And the funny thing is, believe it or not, my mom's never even seen the show, okay? She doesn't even know what she's getting into.
There's no way that she would ever do this if there was not a pandemic happening and she wasn't so bored at home for the last year. There's no way she would have said yes.
You know, girls, grow up. You know, there is a pandemic. Your mom is probably bored, like a lot of people who aren't able to go to work. And she's Hilton, so I don't think she's ever had to work, you know, and scrape to survive. But you girls, Paris, you're in love with Joe, right?
No, he is Carter Room.
Right, Carter Room. You're in love. You'll probably get married to him. You'll probably have babies. That's what you've always wanted all of your life. Plus, you've got all your businesses. And Nicki married a Price Waterhouse?
A Rothschild.
A Rothschild. Nicki Rothschild. Nicki, you're already married. She already has the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's your mother's time. It's your mother's time. And you know what? She's not gonna experience anything on this show that she hasn't experienced with these girls or this type of woman, you know, several times over. You know, if anything, the money and the competitiveness makes them, they probably fight more than we do, you know? So she might as well go on the show and be on TV, and she doesn't need the check or anything like that, but she can give it to charity. Bring on Rick. I love your father. When he laughs, he gets bright red. Rick gets bright red. Bring Rick on, even if he just walks through the kitchen. I think he'll have a good time with it. But it was Barron who was at, I know, Barron. I love that name. It was Barron who was at the mansion of Kathy and Rick during a filming scene. And Barron got a phone call from one of the sisters. And Barron said, you know, they asked, you know, how's mom doing and stuff. He said, it's a filming day and all I hear downstairs is screaming. It's real good. Screaming and maybe a champagne glass crashing to the floor. Why not? We're bored. We like that kind of TV. Well, I'm embarrassed for it. It's not my family, but I like that. Yes. Okay. DaBaby is in trouble again. I don't like that I like him. It's like I don't like that I like The Bachelor. You know what I mean? I don't like that I like him because he's a troublemaker, but he's got a great smile. He keeps himself together. He got those teeth taken out though, right? So his teeth
I think they're in this picture actually.
And they're
like $24,000 of stuff in his
right,
teeth. Yeah.
diamonds and, oh yeah, those are the teeth. They just look awkward, like a little too big for his face, but anyway. And Norman is in love with DaBaby.
I love DaBaby.
And DaBaby is in regular rotation over there when we go to commercials, sus one.
He's one of the biggest artists out right now.
One of the biggest artists out right now.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Beanie Siegel mix that I like.
I got you.
I mean, you know.
We know the real hip hop.
Unfortunately, some of the kids who work here, you know, this is the staffers who sit in the audience, and some of them are really young. They really don't know who Beanie Siegel is. And please, we can go, lick shot, go. Anyway, DaBaby, everybody, is being sued for attacking the owner of a rental property. This is really, really bad. The man is 64 years old. Now, DaBaby didn't actually put hands on. He sent his people. That's what you have people for. So there's DaBaby. Yes. Look, his name is Gary. And DaBaby's in the car just sitting there with the hat on looking. Just checking it out. Gary rented DaBaby the home, and now it's a beautiful mansion. Okay. Rented DaBaby the home, and they were honest and said, look, you know, it's a pandemic. I'm bringing 9 friends along with me. We'll see right there. Does he know that's DaBaby? Because sometimes it's not necessarily the person, it's the 9 friends. Nine friends, that's a gang. You know, that's a basketball team. That's trouble. So as soon as they get in there, they set it up to shoot a music video for DaBaby. 40 people show up at Gary's house. 40 people show up at Gary's house, okay? So Gary gets the phone call. Gary, over at the mansion, yeah, right across the street. It's your neighbor across the street. Look, they were seen breaking security cameras. Gary, instead of calling the cops at 64, he goes over there. When he gets there, that's where you see Gary. And you know what? And he lost a tooth. Why do I have to say allegedly? All right, allegedly. Look at Gary. That's not alleged. The man owns the house. He rented it. You understand. They sucker punched him. It was DaBaby, by the way, that allegedly sucker punched him. We don't have that part of the footage. It's like they know to turn off the cameras and, you know. We never actually catch him doing stuff. It's always his people. We're gonna catch you one day. We're gonna catch you. So, as to what happens, I have no idea. Will the man well, first of all, there's like $17,000 in damage. We have the number to the penny, like $17,950.
$17,910.48 at least.
Okay. Plus, don't forget to fix his tooth. Just pay the money, DaBaby, keep smiling, and you might want to change your people who you hang out with, because that was not TMZ footage. Hot Topic search, we don't even know where that footage came from, which means it came from one of your people. We should know about that story. Oh, all right, DaBaby, disappear, because everybody pull up a chair, don't answer the phone, don't talk. It's time for the inside scoop. Hit it. This is our journalist friend, Devyn Simone. You recognize her. Wow, beige, beige. Okay, T.I. and Tiny are facing some serious allegations, and I mean serious.
This is very serious, Wendy, and this is an unfortunate story. So, a lawyer representing 11 women is calling for a sexual abuse investigation into rapper T.I. and Tiny Harris. 11 women. As of now, no criminal charges have been filed against either of them. Just want to clarify that right now. But attorney Tyrone Blackburn sent a letter to state...
Tyrone,
gotta call Tyrone. Tyrone sent a letter to state and federal authorities in Georgia and California, alleging 11 women face, quote, sexual abuse, forced ingestion of illegal narcotics, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment by T.I., Tiny, and members of their entourage between the years of 2005 to 2018.
Now, what you need to understand is that these 11 women don't know each other. And the lawyer says that all of their stories were the same. They don't even know each other, and they all had the same story. So this is looking very serious. And by the way, back when I was on radio, I used to tease you and say, I know a lot more about Tiny and T.I. than you think. And that was well before 2005. Just saying. Because even Northman was listening back then, and you said, well, you didn't know that.
Right, I didn't know it was like this. Yeah.
I'm not talking, Devyn is.
Yes, so just like you said, Wendy, Tyrone said, you know, these individual claims paint eerily consistent allegations of women prior to or upon immediately entering T.I. and Tiny's home, hotel, or tour bus in which they were coerced by Tiny to ingest drugs or unknowingly administer drugs to impair the victim's ability to consent to subsequent vile sexual acts.
Would that be like Molly? Because they say when you pop it, you sweat, and then you'll have sex with anything.
Right, basically. It's something to just get their guard down, is what they're alleging. And so one of the women who came forward is a military veteran who served 5 years in the Air Force. At the time, she met them in 2005. She said she was 23. She met T.I. and Tiny at a Los Angeles club, and she was with her friend initially. Now, she claims that Tiny gave them some of her drink, and within hours, both she and her friend felt really ill and really sick. And she only had one other drink that night, which she knows is well within her tolerance limit. Okay. She says T.I. and Tiny took her to their hotel room where she claimed Tiny bathed both her and T.I., and then she said they both proceeded to rape her. Her friend had gotten sick and wasn't there. Okay. She remembers waking up naked on the couch with a towel thrown on her and security banging on the door for her to leave, and when she left, she immediately told her friend what happened the next day. Another woman says she became friends with Tiny when they were teenagers and went to work for them back around 2005. She alleges that on several occasions, T.I. forced her to take multiple ecstasy pills, just like you said, and they forced her to engage in sexual acts with different women against her will. She also alleges she personally witnessed women complaining of being kidnapped and held against their will for days at a time.
Wasn't there a room after Tiny and T.I. allegedly finished with them that they'd send them into another room with a bunch of women and force the woman that they sent in to have the sex?
That one I'm not sure, and I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, no, I said allegedly.
Yeah. But that may very. I mean, there are so many stories, and they are still coming out of the woodwork. The New York Times did an investigation into this.
The New York Times, that's higher than People Magazine.
That's when you know it's real, right? The New York Times did an investigation into this, and even they are continually updating their story. And they did an investigation and spoke to 5 of the 11 women. They also spoke to friends and family of those women, and those friends and family corroborated that they were told about these stories soon after they happened, and the Times said that they saw text messages from 3 of the women and photos that supported the timeline of events. The New York Times, Wendy.
The New York Times.
Yeah.
The New York Times.
This is really serious. It's alleged that the attorney is saying the women portrayed Tiny and T.I. as aggressors who used their celeb status to prey on and entrap women for sexual abuse and then threatened violence against anyone who might speak out. They also said that they initially felt safe because it was a couple, right? You hear of men being predators, but you sort of think he's married, happily married with a woman, so they felt safe.
It's Tiny, and she's tiny.
It's Tiny, and she's tiny, so they felt safe. And one of the women that the Times spoke to, who we mentioned earlier, that was friends with Tiny, she said she never went to the police because she was scared of what would happen to her family. So a lot of times people ask, why did you hold on to this story? But it had a lot of ripple effects for her in her life, right? And she was afraid.
Have Tiny and T.I. spoken out about this at all?
So they're both strongly denying the allegations, and we actually have a response from their attorney, and they say, Clifford and Tamika Harris deny in the strongest possible terms these baseless and unjustified allegations. We are confident that if these claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no charges will be forthcoming. These allegations are nothing more than the continuation of a sordid shakedown campaign that began on social media.
Devyn, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you for that report. We'll be following that story. You know we will. We've got more great show for you, everybody. Up next, reality star Cam Ayala is here. So grab a snack and come on back. March 6th is World Lymphedema Day. Our guest right now is a spokesperson for lymphedema. He also starred in The Bachelorette and The Bachelor in Paradise. Please welcome Cam Ayala. Cam. Thank you, Cam, for being here.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing? All right, shoe cam, please, Cam.
All right. So.
Okay. Special shoes.
So these are expandable shoes for lymphedema patients. So I know you just mentioned earlier you've had some issues with swelling in your feet, so this could be a great potential option for you. But
no, those are good for a man. I try to keep it cute down here. Cam, we both have lymphedema and we're living with it. I was telling people it's not curable. It's something that you have to tolerate. But you were afflicted with it since 11 years old. So how was that for you growing up?
Yeah, I mean, if you can picture being 11 years old and told that you have a disease that is progressive in nature and non-curable, I actually had a leg length discrepancy, which made the doctors want to do bone surgery to basically rule out cancer. And as a result of that surgery, that's when my lymphedema swelling started to get really, really bad. And I had doctors and coaches tell me all the things that I would never be able to do, like play basketball at a high level. But you know, I let that be my motivation. I persevered. I was, that's me in high school. I was senior class president, part of speech and debate, and even played college basketball my freshman year.
Now, you have a big surgery coming up unrelated to lymphedema on your knees?
Correct. And a lot of lymphedema patients, they do experience episodes of infection. It can be, different types of infection. And basically from 2014 to this past December, so that 7.5 year period, I've had 8 episodes of infection where I had several doctors wanted to do an above the knee amputation. So fortunately, I met with my lymphedema surgeon, and he and the team here in Houston where I reside, they're going to do basically a total knee replacement here on March.
The doctor in Chicago,
he's
right?
Actually in Cleveland. There's several different lymphedema surgeons across the U.S., so yeah.
even with me, like you know, I talked to you about getting I have breast implants, you know, and I want to get a breast reduction in a few years, but I am frightened of, you know, getting an infection or the bleeding, and so I'm just gonna hold on to these until not, and then I'm gonna fly to a lymphedema surgeon so that there's guidance with my plastic surgeon in getting this done, and then there's aftercare. I've already interviewed. And now you were on The Bachelorette with Hannah Brown, and you were known as the troublemaker.
That's one way to phrase it, sure.
Did you show her your feet?
So I actually did talk to her about my lymphedema specifically, and I thought that was important because I think, you know, when you're in that environment, and if you theoretically make it to the end and you're at the altar potentially exchanging wedding vows, and you say in sickness and in health, I thought that it was, you know, something that I needed to express to her, that I have this chronic condition. Not that she would feel sorry for me, but just like, no, this is a very big part of my life that I have to manage every single day, you know, as you have contested too with your lymphedema.
Yeah, I mean, I do my own nails. I don't want to get cut with pedicures and stuff, and you wonder why I walk the way I do. It's because I don't want to fall, first of all, and skin my knee. Like, I don't want any bleeding, and I've never had an infection or anything like that. Cam, I can't imagine getting the surgery, though, that you're about to go through. So now you're in your early 30s. You're 33?
32.
Look at you. Who do you think boring Matt should choose on this season of The Bachelor?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I stay pretty busy with work. I don't really watch the show too much, but I've seen some recaps here and there. And, you know, I think just he's got to follow his heart. And dating is tough in general, but then especially in reality TV, him being the first black male lead, that adds a whole nother layer of complexity. So my sister, for example, she and her now husband just got married earlier this year, and he's a black man. And I know they're going to have struggles too with just the way the world is at times. So whatever decision he makes, if he does end up with Rachel or any of the other girls, you know, I just hope that, you know, love is going to conquer all and he has a positive experience out of it.
Do you have a girlfriend? How's your love life?
I do not, no ma'am.
Do you want to get married one day and have kids?
I would like to get married yesterday. I mean, I wouldn't have gone on The Bachelorette if that wasn't where my headspace was at. But I know now, you know, I don't want to force it, and it should be coming organically. But dating in a pandemic is difficult, right?
Yeah.
And I don't really like dating apps or anything like that. So I just think that whenever it's meant to happen, it'll happen. But I'm ready now. So if you know anybody in the greater Houston area, send them my way.
There you go, Houston. Cam, thank you so much. I'm sure I'll see you again, you know, because once we can go to Washington, me, you, Kathy Bates, you know, the whole bit, we've got to get awareness built for lymphedema, because people just think it's swelling of the feet or swelling of the arms or your upper body or whatever, and it's not. For more information on Lymphedema Day, go to wendyshow.com. Cam, I'll see you again soon. Up next, we've got hot deals for under $50. Keep it here. Different. Hi, here with the deals for under $50 is our friend Jackie Miranne. She knows everything.
Thank you, Wendy.
Jackie.
I'm so excited, Wendy. We have so many fun things to talk about. Everything I'm gonna show you is available at morningsave.com. And we have to kick it off with this Revive 3-piece satin sleep set. I know you're loving it already, Wendy.
Because I saw that it's available in black.
Exactly. Oh, you like the black, right? So we have multiple colors. We have the black, the ivory, that pink and the gray. Very luxe in the black, so I like that you picked that.
Yeah.
But we have the pillowcase, which actually helps with bedhead. I don't wash my hair every day, Wendy, so I need a little bit of help with that.
It also helps with these split ends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Prevents the breakage. And speaking
Correct.
of which, by the way, we have that lightweight eye mask, which I like to get a little catnap in. I don't want to mess up the lashes, so I like that that's nice and super lightweight. Feels very luxurious. But the scrunchie, can we talk about how every woman needs a scrunchie in their wardrobe? It is a fact. I sleep with one every night, prevents the hair breakage.
Me too.
So important important, you guys. Well, this is an amazing set. You see the multiple colors. It would normally retail for up to $30, but for Wendy watchers today, 60% off, just $12.
This is so worth it. Get one for you and some of your girlfriends. And don't forget
$12.
Mother's Day and graduation are coming.
Right? And I know
want
you
the
like
white.
this one, Wendy. We know the name Cuisinart. This is the Cuisinart 10-piece ceramic-coated knife set. Now, you're seeing that faux wood finish or the faux marble finish. So you choose between one or the other.
Right.
Now, you get your 5 different knives as well as those 5 blade guards, which are super important, great for safety. And these are professional. I know Wendy's laughing. These are professional grade, though. They have that stainless steel blade. They have that ceramic coating, so it's non-stick slicing. My husband does the cooking. I do the dishes. I know he would love this faux wood.
Well, I do the eating. But look,
there you go.
I like this white. It's so different, though. It's marble look.
Crisp and beautiful, right?
They're all good.
We all know this is a great quality name. Would retail for up to $56. Today for Wendy watchers, 57% off, just $24.
What?
Good, $24.
Cuisinart?
Yes, all 10 pieces. So fun. Okay, I know you're already in your beauty moment over there, Wendy. We have the Cargo Cosmetics Contour Palette with the Magic Face Brush and Lip Kit. 4-piece lip kit going on right here. So all you have to do is choose which contour palette you like. There's the Malibu or the Monaco, and the Monaco has those warmer shades. I see Wendy's already going into the 4-piece lip kit. And you also have that Magic Face Brush. It literally picks up the powders like a magnet. So that's how you get that flawless contoured look. You don't want to be splotchy, right? So that really picks it up nicely. That's why it's a little bit of magic. Are you liking the lipstick? I know you just tried. It comes with 4 matte liquid lipsticks. And how does that brush feel on the skin?
Very luxurious. It feels like mink. This is good. And we know the name Cargo.
Exactly, exactly. So just choose your shades. If you want a little bit of pop, go with that Malibu. If you want the warm, go with the Monaco. This would normally retail for up to $94. But for Wendy watchers, 69% off today, just $29.
Wow.
Also crazy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, we're having a lot of good moments right now. Let's keep the fun going. This is the Alex and Ani Infinity Bracelet.
We know this name.
Super popular brand, right, Wendy? Everyone knows that name, Alex and Ani. So you can choose if you want to go with the sterling silver or the 14-karat gold plated.
It's infinity.
Right? To infinity and beyond. It's that figure 8 infinity symbol. Now, I see you're doing it, Wendy. I like to stack my bracelets.
Yeah.
I feel like you could totally
I'm going to put some more on here.
Exactly. And I am rocking the sterling silver, by the way, right now, which I think looks so
It's really
delicate
good looking.
and dainty. Looks very
I like
rough.
that it hangs. I like it hanging underneath. I like
Leave
the
it to you
hanging.
to notice every detail. That's that pull-on tab closure. So not only is it effective because you can customize it, but it also looks really pretty when it drops, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it really has a nice effect on the wrist. Delicate, dainty, just what we want. You can go bold with it, stack it if you want to. And this way, Wendy's like, I'm keeping those.
I want both.
You like the silver and the gold? I love both too. I'm very torn. I'm rocking the silver, but normally, guys, it would retail for up to $78. But today, Wendy watchers, 63% off, just $29.
That is a steal. One for you and one for her.
Okay.
What's this?
I know you're gonna have fun with this one. This is the Tao Clean UV Sanitizing Facial Brush. So you know those facial brush cleansers now? It gets deep into the skin.
Right.
It really removes that dirt and makeup. So this is your everyday brush that you're gonna wanna use. When you use this with your cleanser, you would be shocked at what's hiding in those pores.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
right?
oh, yeah.
It's a little bit crazy. It also comes with an exfoliator brush, but Wendy, it's all, I'm gonna just show you the spin too, by the way. That's
It's
how you
also
get
really
the spin.
pretty. I like the color that you're holding.
Thank you very much. That is the rose gold, and I agree with you on that. It comes in the multiple colors, but the base, you notice the base here?
Yeah.
It actually sanitizes the brush and keeps it clean, hence that UV sanitizing. And it keeps the brushes dry as well, so it's kind of a multitasking base for you there.
Yeah.
So it's good to know you got that hygienic brush going if you're gonna use it every single
Well,
day.
wet brushes attract mold.
Exactly. Now, normally this would retail for up to $149, you guys, but 67% off for Wendy watchers, just $49.
Jackie, I love when you come by. I love all of this stuff, every last one of them. You will too. Thank you to our friends at morningsave.com for these amazing deals. Do go to morningsave.com before they sell out. Jackie Miranne, Ask Wendy is next. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. Sabrina is in Maryland. Sabrina, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. How can I help?
Okay, so I'm a single mom. A month after I told my baby father I was pregnant, I found out that he got somebody else pregnant. I honestly, didn't know he was around, sleeping around. And I didn't know he had another kid. So now in total, he has 3 kids, 3 baby mothers. He and I broke up, so I pushed him and the other woman away. He has been calling me childish for not, forming a relationship for them and with them. And me and him are not together. So my question is it necessary for me to form a relationship with the, other baby mothers and stuff? Or is it childish of me if I do not want to?
I wouldn't call it childish, but it is necessary because the children are all siblings of each other. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, you are really into something, boy. How old is he?
24.
And he's got 3 kids? So he's one of these guys who wants to, have a family, but be obligated to no one. Well, look, you asked, and I just said to you, yes, it is necessary for you to forge a relationship. Do it at your own time, not his time, and make sure that you get your child support. Thank you. Good luck. What a mess. Khadijah's in Toronto. Khadijah, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. How can I help?
So, I need your help with a situation with a friend who we reconnected after 10 years. And she's an old childhood friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Everything was going great until we planned a trip together that she completely ghosted me on. So when I called her out on it, she actually pretty much gaslighted me. She turned it on me, started insulting me and everything. So I blocked her on everything. But recently she reached out to a mutual friend of ours and and she just to apologize.
Okay.
And my friend is saying, okay, just, water under the bridge, just, get this over with, accept her apology and whatever, because it's affecting us.
No.
So my question is, how should I deal with her?
You don't. You plan your trip. Now, ghost and gaslight. So how far away was the trip before she told you she's not going?
Well, she was actually my ride. It was 4 hours away.
Your ride. So she was your ride and you were there with your luggage at the door and she didn't show up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you took time off work and out of your life to make time to have this fun? Uh-huh.
I still went because I had another friend.
Good for you. You went with your other friend. So here's the deal. Circles of people can be friends without being friends with one of the people. You just have to watch what you say about that person in front of the other people because everything will get back to her. She is dead to me. You can say ghost and gaslit. She's dead to me. More Ask Wendy is next. The after show is back, and I'm doing it later on today. Hey, check it out on our YouTube page. Now it's time for more Ask Wendy. Chandra's in North Carolina. How you doing?
Hey, Wendy. How you doing?
How can I help?
So I'm recently divorced. So recent. I just signed divorce papers this past Friday, so the ink is not even dry. But I'm in the process of trying to reacclimate myself back into the dating world. I got children, I got a lot going on. And so it's hard. It's hard to determine who's the fraudulent men out there, right? So I have a 2-part question. How do I let men know my perimeters without scaring them off? And would you ever consider a dating show for your studio audience members?
There's nobody getting dating and showing around here until I find love, okay? Now, I'm sorry.
Hey.
No, but look, Chandra, how old are your kids?
Okay, 22, 17, 12, and I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, well, okay.
I have a lot going on.
A little too much to really be thinking about dating right now because the 12-year-old's at a really pivotal point and he or she needs to understand that mom is not gonna get them a new father. Mom just wants to have fun.
Right.
And the 2-year-old, how'd that happen?
Yeah, right. While we were trying to figure things out, so she just kind of came. She's a ray of sunshine. She came in the midst of the storm, essentially.
Yeah, but she's gonna slow down your dating thing. See, I was able to get right back out in these streets because, you know, Kev's 20, but with you, I would say go have a seat and figure out life. There's nothing wrong with meeting a man for dinner and all that other kind of stuff. Don't bring him over the house. The 2-year-old's looking, the 12-year-old's looking.
Absolutely not.
The 17-year-old is judging, and the 20-year-old says, I don't even live there. Do they all live with you? I mean, not all of them, but does
my 22-year-old has her own place.
Yeah.
She's here often, but she has her own place. But I don't want to bring anyone into the house. I'm not looking for a stepdad at all. Just, you know, when you want to have fun, like you say, dip it and do it.
Yeah.
You may want a companionship, you know?
So you can go out and date and whatnot and make sure that the man knows it. Most men would like it that you're not looking for love, the dogs they are. You know, you're just looking for a good time. But be careful, okay?
Right.
And welcome back out here in these streets. We'll be right back. Happy birthday shout out to the twins. It's Charisse and Charicia. Now they're from Brooklyn and they're 30 years old today. And through virtual, they had a great Gatsby themed party. They look like dolls, don't they? Girls, happy birthday. We're gonna send you birthday tiaras. If you want your birthday shouted out here on the show, go to wendyshow.com. We'll be right back. I had such fun today. Tomorrow, the actress Tia Mowry is here, and I've got you covered with the hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on the one and only Wendy.
How you doing?
Nice.